running. Hey, sweetie, get up here. Yeah, so I'm Jesse Bennett with Driftless Land Stewardship. We're a small private contractor that manages nature preserves. These are our goats behind us. This is a cooperative project between the town of Rushford and the Minnesota DNR. For years we've been working on sites like this. This Root River was primarily prairie and oak savanna, very open landscape. Prior to European settlement, wildfire kept things very open. And this bluff here was treeless. There's actually photos from, when cameras first started showing up in the region of this bluff being completely without trees or brush. And it's since grown up to this dense canopy and thicket. And because of the topography, this work, if you were to do this by hand, it's very, very expensive, time-consuming, dangerous. And we've worked for years with the Minnesota DNR clearing sites like this. And probably 6 or 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, we bought a goat herd to start using to manage vegetation, particularly on these steep sites. And it's really worked well. Now we have 5 goat herds that are actively grazing various sites, 3 of which are in Minnesota here. So again, this site was once treeless prairie and has since grown up the trees and brush, and the goats, what they want to do is eat, and they really love to eat above the ground layer. They've evolved such that if they eat off the ground layer, they're susceptible to parasites, and so they just have this innate behavior that they choose not to eat the ground layer. So that's great for not too much negative impact to the prairie we're trying to save. And they're trying to eat the tree and brush layer, which is our target species. So this works great. They're tremendously suited to rugged terrain. I mean, they love these steep slopes and cliffs. So basically, they're here to some degree working for free. There's a fairly substantial expense to us. We have to set up the fence, and we're up here very frequently, making sure the fence is still here, the goats are watered, and doing veterinary checks. But other than the expense related to getting the goats here and setting up the paddock and some routine checks, the goats are doing the work. And if you look, there's 3 paddocks here. They're on this site for the whole season. There's 3 paddocks here that were once they ate everything within the, their reach on paddock 1, we moved them to paddock 2. They're now in this number 3, and we'll probably eventually rotate back through just to really negatively impact that brush layer.